Welcome to the Namibia Oil and Gas podcast, your weekly gateway to the latest news and developments shaping Namibia's dynamic oil and gas sector. It's Friday, 29 May 2026, and I'm Harrison Musimuko with the latest news, updates, and insights from the Namibia oil and gas industry. Let's dive in. This week's top headlines: Subsea Oiltools expands footprint with launch of Namibia office. Impact Oil and Gas restructures Namibia and South Africa portfolios to unlock investment. Namibia tackles green hydrogen barriers at World Summit. Meren backs Impact Oil and Gas restructuring.
Namibia's oil and gas industry is evolving. Are you ready to lead the way? RD Namibia Energy Consultancy is your trusted partner in natural resources media management, data analytics, and stakeholder engagement. We're building a first-of-its-kind resource hub, shaping the future with cutting-edge digital assets. Whether you're a local enterprise or an international investor, now is the time to connect. Partner with RD and navigate Namibia's energy sector with confidence. Visit www.namibiaoilandgas.com today.
Subsea Oiltools expands footprint with launch of Namibia office. The growth of Namibia's offshore energy industry continues to attract international service providers, with Subsea Oiltools officially establishing its new entity, Subsea Oiltools Namibia Pty Limited. The expansion marks a strategic step for the company as it positions itself closer to Namibia's rapidly developing offshore sector, which is driven by increasing exploration and appraisal activity across the Orange Basin. The company, which provides offshore and subsea support services including procurement, marine operations, and specialized oilfield solutions, stated that the Namibia office will strengthen its ability to support operators and contractors across the region. The move reflects a broader industry trend of service companies localizing operations as Namibia's offshore development progress towards future production phases, reinforcing growing confidence in the country's long-term oil and gas potential. Impact Oil and Gas restructures Namibia and South Africa portfolios to unlock investment. Impact Oil and Gas has announced a major corporate restructuring aimed at separating its Namibian and South African portfolios to create a more focused and investment-friendly structure. The transaction will see its South African exploration assets transferred to a newly formed entity under its majority shareholder, while Impact concentrates on its Namibian offshore assets, including its 9.5% interest in the Venus discovery in Block 2913B. The reorganization is designed to streamline operations, reduce overheads, and sharpen strategic focus on Namibia's deepwater developments, particularly the Venus project, which is targeting a final investment decision in 2026 and first oil by 2030. The restructuring is supported by key shareholders, including Meren Energy, and is expected to improve capital allocation efficiency while strengthening long-term value creation across Impact's remaining Namibian portfolio in the Orange Basin. Namibia tackles green hydrogen barriers at World Summit. At the World Hydrogen Summit in Rotterdam, Namibia's National Planning Commission Director General, Dr. Karim Boende, addressed the pressing challenges slowing global adoption of green hydrogen. He pointed to high production cost, weak demand signals, and financing hurdles as the real barriers that must be overcome. Dr. Mbuende emphasized that mechanisms like contracts for difference can play a pivotal role in bridging the price gap between green hydrogen and fossil-based alternatives, making projects more attractive to investors and ultimately more bankable. He also highlighted Namibia's recent selection under the Climate Investment Fund's Industry Decarbonization Program, a milestone that strengthens the country's pipeline of green industrial projects. This recognition not only provides access to consensual finance, but also accelerates Namibia's efforts towards industrial decarbonization. With these steps, Namibia is positioning itself as a leader in the global energy transition. demonstrating how emerging economies can confront structural barriers while advancing sustainable growth. Meren backs Impact Oil and Gas restructuring to sharpen Namibia focus. Meren Energy has voiced strong support for the restructuring of Impact Oil and Gas, which will transform the company into a pure-play, Namibia-focused exploration development business. The move, approved by Impact, streamlines its portfolio by separating out South African exploration interests, allowing shareholders to align around a sharper focus on Namibia's Orange Basin. For Meren, this step enhances exposure to its core assets, including the world-class Venus project, while reducing overhead costs tied to non-core ventures. Oliver Quinn, Meren's president and CEO, described the transaction as a disciplined step in portfolio optimization and long-term value creation. By concentrating Impact's resources on progressing Venus towards first oil, expected around 2030, the restructuring strengthens alignment between Impact's strategy and Meren's investment objectives. With regulatory approvals anticipated in the third quarter of 2026, the deal underscores Meren's commitment to simplifying its business, sharpening capital allocation, and driving shareholder value in one of the world's most promising basins. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Namibia Oil and Gas podcast. I'm Harrison Musimuko. If you'd like to contribute with news and information, please contact us at info@namiboilandgas.com. For more news, information, resources, and updates of the week, visit www.namibiaoilandgas.com. Whether you're an industry professional, an investor, or simply curious about this exciting sector, feel free to share our podcast and follow us on your favorite podcast player. Join us next time as we continue to explore the top stories driving Namibia's energy future.